Hi, welcome to Trilochus. I'm your host Wayne, and this is my review on the film Shazam. So I've got a confession to make, and that's that I didn't really know too much about Shazam other than what's been shown in the trailer because I haven't read any of the comics. Some people have been comparing Shazam with Captain Marvel, which I do feel is a bit unfair on both films, as Shazam and Captain Marvel are aimed at two different audiences. However, that's not stopped comic book fans alike from making the comparison between the two. Putting that to one side, I thoroughly enjoyed Shazam. I found it to be very well written and well acted. The story focuses on a little boy, Billy, who is put into foster care and is on his fifth home. He's an ordinary young lad with no hint of any superpowers, because unlike films like Superman and Captain Marvel, or even the X-Men with mutations or coming from a different world, Shazam is basically Billy, who's your average kid struggling with fitting in the world. He has school bullies which he has to deal with. Then he also has the conflict within the foster family, because he always feels like the outsider and he's trying to find his own parents. So he gets his powers via a wizard who's been looking for an heir, whilst also protecting the world from the seven sins. The villain, who we find out later on, actually had a run-in with the wizard at the start of the film. And I'm not going to go into any more detail than that because I'd like you guys to go and watch the film yourself and come back here and tell me what you think. And I don't want to spoil the enjoyment for you. I've got to say it is very well written, very well acted. The comedy aspect of the film is dealt with appropriately. It's not just thrown in there for a cheap laugh, and it does change the mood when it needs to be changed. Likewise, the film can also be serious when it needs to be serious and deals with some fundamental issues, particularly bullying and fitting in. So overall, very enjoyable, and I can't wait really for the next instalment. It ties in very nicely with some of the other DC films like Superman and Batman, because it's got those nods to it. So you know full well that this film is planted in that universe and those characters are very much around. I like the backstory for both the villain and the protagonist in the regards that they actually give you a bit of history and they go into enough detail as to why the villain is the villain and what's behind his motives. This is something that I feel is lacking in some superhero films, where it's just a generic good guy, bad guy film. And naturally you kind of lose some of the enjoyment and you don't root for the hero as much if it's just a case of, well, he's good because they're good and they're bad because they're bad. This is something that's covered very well, I feel, in the Netflix series Daredevil, where they go into great detail as to what makes Kingpin tick. And that's also reflected, and I know this is a DC film, but it's reflected here with Shazam. So if you like a film that's going to entertain, going to keep you laughing, and also bring you back down to earth, then I recommend you go and watch this film. And also if you like films with decent backstory for both villain and hero, then again Shazam has got you covered there. I can't wait for the next film, if there's going to be one. As far as I'm aware, it hasn't been announced yet, but hopefully it will, because I'm sure Shazam will be doing very well at the box office this weekend and in the next couple of weeks. So if you like or if you like and share my opinion, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you don't like the video, then just give it a thumbs down. You know what to do. Leave a comment, go and see the film, come back here, tell me what you think, and we can debate it in the comments section. I do read them, and it'd be great to have some reviews and replies to these videos. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon.